Hello, everyone. How you doing out there, Darren? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing great. Loving the weather.
Yeah.
I'm always commenting on the weather, man. I love
Well, they
70s.
said right. I think they're saying some more showers, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's in the 60s. That makes me happy.
Yeah, yeah,
Love
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Oh, and what is it in the mountains? Kind of the same or a little colder?
A little colder and a little windy. Um,
Got it.
yeah, it's
Got
all
it.
good.
Well, cool, guys. Thanks for joining us once again. We had a week or so gap there. I was off to Mexico City, which was enjoyable, a lot of fun. Got out, Darren, just in time. I don't know if you heard about the volcano,
I
El
know.
Popo.
Yeah.
Just got out of there in time, so would have had a great story if I was trapped there. But
It's
I'm
still
back here in
it's
LA.
smoking, man. It's not lava isn't pouring yet, but a lot of ashes are pushing out.
Yeah, yeah. 22 million people, they say, possibly.
Oof.
Or 3 million immediately surrounding it could have to be evacuated.
Evacuated.
Pretty amazing. But guys, we're going to do the usual today. Just to review, we talk about mortgage rates. We talk about a topic. Today's topic is the new ice age. So very ominous, but we're going to put a positive spin on it. And then we're going to go through seller wins and buyer wins, look at solds in the immediate area of Northeast Los Angeles, the area that we serve immediately. And then, gosh, man, I guess we should start off with some new listings that we have.
Sure.
So let me, but before that, our new AI generated voice disclaimer. So let me do that because that's so special, as you know. Let me see if I can get this set here. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. All right. Okay. And just gotta, here it goes. All right.
Darren Hubert and Joe Cloninger are real estate agents
Can
at
you hear that?
Avenue 8 under the Urban Hillsides brand.
Great.
All opinions expressed by Urban Hillsides or guests on this video are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Avenue 8. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Urban Hillsides as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of Urban Hillsides team's opinions. This video is for informational purposes only.
All right. Well, there we go. It was loud, though, huh?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Well, great. So we are going to move on to our listing. And just bear with me here. Why don't you talk about it, Darren? I've got it up.
Sure. This is, definitely in the starter price range. It's a small 2-bedroom, 1 bath, but 100% move-in ready, in good condition, refreshed very recently in preparation for the sale, and a good sized lot.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a great house. I think it's going to be an active weekend.
Yeah.
And, there's a detached garage, which is always a bonus, large shed as well, a huge covered patio, which is a giant benefit, just an extension of living space.
Well, unlike here, this is a very generous lot, right? It's 7,000 square feet. Like you said, additional shed space, a nice garage space, and a really good starter home, we feel. So,
Yep.
we'll see how it goes. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that. Plenty of garden space. Okay. All right, so Sunday, 1 to 5 is the open house. Let me jump out of this. You can see more at urbanhillsides.com. But yeah, Sunday, 1 to 5, 1233 South Vine Avenue in Ontario, 509,950. That's great.
Yeah.
The other thing that we have, and it moved so fast, we're now looking for backup on it, is a lot in our neighborhood of Virgil Village. What do you have to say about this one, man?
This is a transit corridor, which there's zoning in place to allow substantially denser development. So this is a 7,500 square foot lot with an existing small 2-bedroom house, which 99.99, I would say 100% is going down. I can't imagine any scenario where the house stays.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can build, depending on how you speak, we're somewhat between 15 to 17 units.
Wow.
We've definitely had plenty of people coming in talking about a fourplex plus ADUs as an option. So this is listed at $1,295,000.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, we did get some early activity on transactions like this, though. If it makes sense to you, these things, they can fall out of escrow. So if
Yeah.
you are still interested, I think it's worth doing your due diligence and getting some more information. This basically
Yeah.
comes down to what can be built.
Got it.
It's pretty straightforward, but every piece of land has its nuances that developer will pursue.
Well, I was going to say the great example here, though, is Juanita itself as a street has a good amount of construction going on. There's definitely some history there already being made in terms of apartment building and construction and development. So that's a good sign, at least.
Yep.
Finally, it is a co-listing. We're in Lancaster, of all
What?
places. Yeah. The Hillsides go out to Lancaster, I think. 44041 Chaparral Drive, Lancaster, 93536. A wonderful, great price of $519,950 for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and yeah, I think kind of just what you would expect out in Lancaster. Big space, very generous living areas, and a different way of life. It can be very comfortable and nice out there.
Yeah, properties are big. It's mostly flat. This is a relationship that we have locally, and it's a probate sale, and co-listed with an agent that serves that area. So, and we actually have a couple more coming as well in that similar area.
Yeah. Well, great. So that's a little brush up on where we are, and you can always go to urbanhillsides.com and you can look at all these listings yourself. So it's nice to see some businesses picked up. We will move off now to mortgage rates. Just a quick look. And let's see. We are at mortgagenewsdaily.com. And wow, I leave and look where we are, man. 30-year fixed mortgage rates. Right now, it looks like the survey is saying 7.14%. And what do you think this is all based on, man?
I think it's based on the fact that you left. And
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. This is the debt ceiling for sure. And all the fabricated drama around that is definitely having an impact on that. Questions of if there will be future Fed funds rate increases. Initially, it seemed like no, but we're also hearing that again. The conversations about recession are now blowing over. Oh, it looks like we averted a recession, which actually makes it more likely to have interest rate hikes. So it's just such a mixed bag right now. So it is what it is. Hopefully, if you're in escrow, you've locked in your rate, it makes it look even that much better. There are always alternatives. It's definitely a time where lenders are getting a little creative. And, I think that segues well into our article of, some elements are becoming a little more stable and predictable, even if they're not where you want them to be. It's what they are. And it's important to get used to the new norm. The rates are not going back to the threes anytime soon.
Well, I haven't done this before, but just for, I don't know, reality once again, let's adjust this to $1 million mortgage and what you'd be paying based on these rates. So 7.14 30-year fixed, so $6,700 is a loan amount. Again, $1 million. 15-year fixed, 6.54, $8,733 per month. 30-year jumbo, 6.75%, $6,486. And so on. 5/1 ARM, 30-year FHA, and 30-year VA. being the best, obviously. But yeah, there we are, moving down slightly. We're still in the middle as far as a rate trend. It's minimal, but it is moving down.
Right. I mean, we were on a little bit of a descent, but it's just, yeah. You got to get rid. The only way things are going to be a little more predictable is to minimize the volatility. And we're in a political environment where volatility is sought, desired, and it thrives. I don't know if it's going away anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, we've got June 1st coming up. There's still plenty of political brinksmanship at this point, and the experts here dealing with mortgage rates have to defend, and they're defending. And maybe by next Thursday we'll see where this all is going.
Yeah, I did see, which is not surprising. Now they pushed it to June 5th.
Oh, did they? Oh, that just came out today. Wow.
I say this about.
Is that accounting? They've just kind of figured
people
out.
Who can't get things done in life. No, I don't care if they make it June 5th, 2024. The bottom line is the day before or 2 days before, that's when it'll be resolved, whatever the date is. It will not be done well in advance of that. It's just ridiculous.
All right. Well, we will move off from that, and we will go into what we're calling New Ice Age. And we'll kind of do the beginning and we'll do the end. I think you'll get the point. And from there, we'll move to some positive statements about this. So this comes from businessinsider.com. And, Darren, I don't know if you've read Business Insider for a while, but I've read it for a long time. And definitely grabby headlines. They're just doing the right job for themselves. That's for sure.
Right.
So here we are. Oops, hold on. Take off that Bluetooth. There we go. Okay, it states the housing market's ice age. If you don't already own a home, you're going to be screwed for years to come. Wow. And there it is. The market turned upside down. Let's see here. Attempting to time the housing market is a foolish pursuit. Sure, there are heaps of data, forecasts, and market experts who can offer theories on where home prices or borrowing rates are headed. But no amount of tea leaf reading can spare you from this harsh reality. Home buying is ultimately a coin toss. If you're very lucky, you buy a home right before prices boom. If you're not so fortunate, you pony up the cash just in time for the bubble to burst. While these breaking points are nearly impossible to see in advance, they're often glaring in hindsight. Perhaps the most shocking before and after for the housing market in recent memory, the moment when the fortunes of home buyers diverged, creating what one expert called a quote, housing economy of haves and have-nots, came in July 2020. That's when it became clear that a wave of house-hungry millennials and space-starved remote workers were turning the housing market's initial pandemic slump into a full-blown frenzy. The differences between those who bought homes before and after that turning point are staggering. People who got in before things went haywire were able to dodge skyrocketing home prices, lock in low record mortgage rates, and stack hundreds of thousands of dollars in home equity over the past few years. Meanwhile, people left on the sidelines have watched their rent costs eat into their down payment nest eggs. Median home prices soar by 30%, mortgage rates shot back up, and the pool of available homes shrink to the lowest levels in recent history. The result is a housing market that's fundamentally out of whack. With each passing month, more millennials and now Gen Zers reach the points in their lives where they feel the urge to settle down and buy a home. Yet the number of available homes remains shockingly low, especially during what would normally be a busy spring selling season. On the horizon, there's no flood of new homes that could significantly ease the housing crunch, and homeowners have little incentive to move, since doing so would mean giving up the comfortable low mortgage rates that guarantee them manageable home payments for decades to come. The housing market has changed for good, and with the benefit of time-earned wisdom, we can pinpoint the moment it entered a new era. If July 2020 was the make-or-break moment for the market, we may now be seeing the crystallized new normal, a fraught landscape defined by a scarcity of available homes, borrowing rates that have sharply rebounded from their historic lows, and homeowners who feel locked in by the deals they scored earlier in the pandemic. Call it the housing ice age. And then I'll just skip down to the bottom here. I think the final paragraph kind of sums it all up. I will put this URL in the comments, though, if you want to read it yourself. Let's see. For those who missed out on the past several years of wealth building, the long-term effects could be devastating. We already know that millennials are living with their parents later, delaying typical life milestones, such as getting married or having children, and having to wait longer to purchase homes. As a result, they have less wealth than their predecessors did, even though their earnings have caught up to those of previous generations. The steep rise in mortgage rates last year ensured that there would be a decades-long gap between those who secured cheap rates earlier in the pandemic and those who will be forced to contend with all kinds of rising housing costs in the coming years. The thing that I think is maybe not changing is the fact that we have people who are in homes now who are locked in for 30 years, Simonson told me. If I've got a 30-year mortgage, I don't ever have to sell that house. Those are generational changes. There you go.
Yeah. So the reason, one of the main reasons we chose this article was to talk about the new norm of low inventory. And I think that's real, which means it's going to maintain its competitiveness. There's not going to be any massive shift where inventory is going to blow up all of a sudden. And, you know, rates, we spoke about that a moment ago. Rates aren't going to go dramatically down anytime soon.
Right.
Inflation has helped wages rise, which is something they mentioned in the article, and that's relevant. It also talks about continued rising prices, you know, that you may have lost out, prices will continue to rise. Well, have you lost out? If they continue to rise, maybe you've lost out on the past 3 years of gains. That doesn't mean there won't be future gains. Always comes down to personal situation. Does it make sense? But in articles like this, the one negative about this one, and it was certainly packed with them, they have a lot of adjectives that very clearly reveal the writer's position and opinions. I would venture to say this writer, I may not own a house, and is upset about it, and that comes out in their choice of adjectives as they write. So, with that said, I think it's important to understand there's volatility out there. Rates may move, but the new low inventory is a real adjustment for people to accept, and to try to navigate that low inventory rather than waiting, which is the alternative that many buyers are kind of in that bubble right now, the waiting bubble. Right. We've done the game of talked about the game of chicken, who's going to break first and who's going to move, who's going to adapt. There's nothing worse than waiting, just for waiting. Sometimes you might not like an answer of a direction something's moving in, but at least you have an answer. You can make a decision and you can move forward or step back. Yeah. But that neutral zone is just kind of crappy. So this is why we wanted to bring this up. The game of waiting. Not great.
Yeah. Go ahead. I was going to say, I mean, these are all things that we've talked about in the past, singly and in group. But that is a positive, right? That there is a reality here. Accept the reality, make your adjustments, adapt, and move on, and go on either with the rest of your life, or maybe that 2,000 square foot house is now a 1,300 square foot house. I don't know.
Right, or maybe you move to Lancaster. For a better
Lancaster,
price,
Texas, right?
Or
That's
another
Lancaster.
state, sure, absolutely, and I think we've seen the pattern long enough. I think this article is timely because you're right. We've said all of these things over time in various articles, but it's been consistently out there at this point.
Yeah.
You know, everything. Well, from an outsider's perspective, there's no reason prices should be where they are. But when you start getting granular with it, when you talk about rates that owners have, when you talk
Yeah.
about low inventory, when you talk about trying to hedge inflation, all these components in the labor market are really lined up to keep it the way it is. And
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to point out. There's no real big changes coming anytime soon.
All right. Well, there you go. So, everyone's situation is different. Perceptions are different. The more solidly you get in reality, the better conversations we can have with you or your agent and your lender, obviously, to see that, it makes sense. And that was kind of my final point. I think I said to you, Darren, is like, if anything, this is telling buyers and sellers they need a really good team around them, truly, to figure things out. If they don't now, just forget about it. It's not going to be your cousin or your brother's sister who's a real estate agent who is going to just make it happen. You really need good people.
Hey, I'm somebody's brother's sister, and that's okay in that situation. But, no, quality matters for sure. And the pool of realtors is being weeded out already. It's happening, and it will continue to happen. So typically in those scenarios, the realtors that are remaining are those who are a little better at their job, and maybe have a little more knowledge and can navigate the process.
Right. Solutions. They're solutions people. Right. Okay. Well, I know everyone's dizzy looking at this graphic, but I just love it. So I'm going to get rid of that. And we are going to move on to our local market view of seller wins and buyer wins. Just in general. So I believe there were last 7 days, 14 solds. There it is. Days in market moved up slightly to 16. Did move down a couple days, but pretty much in that 2-week mark. 26 pendings, 36 active, so it popped up a bit. We haven't seen that in the last couple of weeks, so that's good to see. And back to affordability, right? So the story here is the median percentage over list price was 109%, 9% over the list price. So we've been as high as 111%, but last 7 days said 109. So any other observations about the local market, Darren, just in general that you've noticed?
I think it's still pretty consistent with what we said last time. It either moves fast or it doesn't move. So we have things selling at 5 to 10% over commonly, and then at the same time we have inventory increasing for the items that are not being sold. So you're typically one of two pools. So you still get there quick. If you're interested, write an offer aggressively. If you're not, it'll probably be around in a month.
All right. Well, we're going to move to solds and top picks that I found according to the last 7 days of sold listings. Let me jump in here and figure it out. Oh, there we are. Okay. We are going to move off to 4042 Cumberland Avenue. And this is in Los Feliz. There it is. And this listed, oops, what is all that? This listed at $1,400,000 and moved up to a sold price of $1,773,000. Let's see what we have here. Huh. They just changed this, or no? What is this? Bear with me. Anyway, $373,000 increase, 127% of list price, 12 days on the market. And let's see if I can get the photos up. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so 4042 Cumberland Avenue. This is Los Feliz. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,180 square feet of living space. sold at 1,773,000, 6,770 square foot lot. Days on market 12. Brought to us by the Morenos, Laura, Eileen, and George, representing the seller. And on the buy side, Cindy Liu. Catchy title for the brokerage. Your home sold guaranteed. Realty. There you go. Yeah, my notes here, Darren, were just refreshed, modernized craftsman style. And the buying agent was generous. It actually sold at $1.8 million. Agent gave up her commission. I think she was a family member.
Oh, how do you know that? Does it say
They
that?
put it in the remarks. They decided to put that in the remarks.
Wow.
It's kind of weird.
Maybe somebody wrote an offer higher, and they were questioning why they didn't get it. It's all I can
kind
think
of defending it, right?
Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
That
Be
makes
the only
sense.
reason you'd write something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I just felt the list price may have been low, but there is bonus space. Look at all that extra garage space. So very charming.
Yeah, I mean the bonus space is nice. It's a nice block. It's got nice original features. It's cleaned up inside. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
it's great. It's a nice house.
All right. Next one is 2483 Lanternman. Just bear with me here. Okay. Get out of there. Okay. 2483 Lanternman. It listed at $1,500,000. Landed at $1,801,520 for a $301,520 increase. 120% of list. Let's see what it looked like. 2483 Lanternman Terrace, Silver Lake, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,522 square feet of living space. Again, 1,801,520, 4,884 square foot lot, 18 days on the market. And this is brought to us by John Barclift, representing the seller, and representing the buyer is Cameron Clark and Lisa Clark. So congrats to them. I mean, it's got the Silver Lake Reservoir right in front of it, so
yeah,
no curb appeal whatsoever.
No, that's true. It's got the big patio off the back where you're getting the observatory and mountain views. It just looks like a nice house. It's certainly on a good street, a nice neighborhood. It's got some outdoor space. Looks like, wow. There's finished floors in the garage. They're maxing out the use, and it's a good location.
Yeah, I put down good views, outdoor space, and small as it is, there is a bonus space or unit there at the bottom.
Yeah, I saw that too.
With a kitchen and everything, so pretty cool. All right, well, still have these memory problems with Chrome browser. How that's going. All right, next we're off to Rotary Drive, 1667 Rotary Drive. This started at $1,899,000, went up to $2,100,000 for a $201,000 increase, 111% of list price, and 14 days on the market. So let's take a look. Bear with, guys. Good photo at the front. 71 photos. Good Lord. 1667 Rotary Drive. This is Silver Lake, 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 1,820 square feet of living space, $2,100,000, 3,350 square foot lot. Days on market 14. This was brought to us by Steve Sanders, and on the buyer's side, Erica Mitchell and Sally Forster Jones represented the buyers. I had a funny comment on this one. I don't know if it's fair, but I'll just say it. West Side style. Good or bad? I don't know. It is new construction. It does have views. But yeah, I think there was a West Side appeal here. Is that ruining our special East Side flavor that we always tout?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to identify specifically the West Side style elements that you're. I think West Side has a lot more flat land, and
True,
maybe
true.
because of that, it's the design elements are a little different. It's less about seeing outside, uh,
Mm,
long vistas and views. They're just used to houses next to each other. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, from that perspective, like there's a view there. You can see it,
yeah,
but they're really not capturing it. It's not a prominent element in the design choices here, although that one looks a little better with the three windows.
yeah.
Um, yeah, all right,
All
I
right.
could buy that.
Yeah, it just feels a
And
little
that,
cookie
I
cutter,
think I've
but
only
it's
seen
nice.
that on the west side, that spiral staircase coming
Uh,
down to walk up from the yard to the rooftop deck.
yeah. Oh, but look at that though. Somebody
I
paid.
know. There's a reason to
Somebody
get up
paid for
there.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move to at least by the numbers what we felt might be buyer wins. Let me get over there real quick. Hold on, guys. Uh, this is something we commented on before. This is 2815 Griffith Park Boulevard. List price 1,715,000. Went up 25,000 to 1,740,000. 101% of list price. This took 20 days on the market, or days on market. And let's see here. I wasn't a fan of this place, I remember. But
Yeah.
2815 Griffith Park Boulevard. This is technically Los Feliz. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,816 square feet of living space, 1,740,000. Nice sized lot, almost 8,500 square feet. 20 days on the market, it says here. And this is brought to us by David Clark and Glenn Shellhamer for the seller. And on the buyer side, Peggy Lim. So congrats to everyone there. I'm trying to remember what I said. I put ugly. I felt buyer overpaid. I think the seller and agents were lucky to get this price, but hey, it's in the
Well,
right spot, right?
yeah, it is well staged. I think certainly the stager did not coordinate with the designer on material choices because those are not cohesive.
Mm,
It seems to have a good flow. It's an open floor plan. It's a large master, walk-in closet, good sized bathrooms.
yeah.
So I think probably what got them the price is the flow, but I
Uh-huh.
think the finishing material choices are bad,
Yeah.
and that's really what stands out to me on the negative side.
Yeah. But again, it's the area, and this is Los Feliz, and
Yeah,
compared to the rest of the prices in Los Feliz, this is probably a pretty good deal for a lot of people.
yeah, but that's why the price didn't go further.
Mm-hmm.
Choice to finish.
Okay. We'll move on now to 31111 Hamilton Way. Let me get over there. This started at 1,850,000, landed at 1,820,000 for a $30,000 reduction, 98% of the list price. And let me open up these photos. Okay. There we go. All right. 3111 Hamilton Way. This is this Echo Park? No. Silver Lake. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,260 square feet of living space. 1,820,000. Let's see here. 4,486 square feet in terms of lot. 75 days on the market. Took a while. And brought to us by BC Moyer on the seller side, and on the buyer side, Hannah Pilkington. So congrats to both of them. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So I put area funky, but it's walkable to Sunset. So that's
Yeah.
really good. And it
Yeah.
has an ADU. And it's Spanish, but it's nice. It's a nice Spanish. People love Spanish.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like
very very
we've seen
charming.
this house a couple times. Do you remember this house?
I don't.
I remember it from like maybe 4 years ago. Didn't change
Okay.
much, but yeah, very walkable area. So maybe it makes sense, and it's got that rental possibility downstairs.
Yeah,
Uh,
it has curb appeal and
mhm.
a desirable location. I agree, and it's a good square footage. So,
Yeah.
yeah, the price makes sense.
Okay, next we're going to Eagle Rock. This is 5241 El Rio Avenue, and this started at 1,789,000, went to 1,750,000, $39,000 reduction, 98% of its list price. And let's see here. I think we took a look at this one too before. 28 days on the market, and let's see what they saw. All right. 5241 El Rio Avenue. This is Eagle Rock, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,764 square feet of living space. 1,750,000 was the sold price. Almost 6,000 square foot lot, and let's see, 28 days on the market. This is brought to us by, let's see here, Peter Veneracion, Amy Walker, and Tracy Doe. On the buy side, Molly Kelly represented. So congrats to everyone there. Little dated at places, but
sure, it has charming curb appeal with the round entry and very Spanish. Prominent setback from the curb, Spanish tile roof, circular staircase. It looks good.
And it's a good area,
absolutely.
Right? It's north of Hill. Yeah, I felt good price to value. It was.
Yeah, I think the only issue we run into when we get up there is just proximity to the freeway. The freeway's high. It's not like you're hearing the freeway loud, but it's there.
Right.
Yeah, other than that, it's a great house.
All right. Okay. Well, there you go, guys. That is your quick take on Northeast LA and the market here. We're going to now go to Darren's portion, new listings in the last 7 days.
Sure. So let's do 1332 Lucille.
Okay. Okay. There we go. 1332 Lucille Avenue. This is, where is this? Is this Echo Park now? Still Silver Lake?
No, it's Silver Lake.
Yeah, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,106 square feet of living space, listed at 1,599,999, 7,350 square foot lot. Open house on Sunday, the 28th, 1 to 4 p.m. 8 days so far on the market. And let's see, brought to us by Mark Mintz.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think?
Well, so it's not amazingly updated, but it's charming. It's got a lot of destinations in the yard.
Yeah.
It flows really well. And then when you get to the circular room, that's the kicker that will get this sold. Like the yard destinations are really nice, various levels. The house is smaller, but I think what'll bring them the price is the bonus space, and that's it for the outside.
Yeah,
and it's super charming on the inside.
Yeah. Right. It'll get attention just for that yurt too.
Absolutely. Yep.
And appropriately, Mark started his first sentence with Topanga meets the East Side.
Totally makes sense.
At this mini compound at the Hills of Silver Lake. So yeah, that's pretty right on.
I would agree. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
Next one I have is 1864 Lemoyne.
1864 Lemoyne. Okay. Looks very clean. Okay. So 1864 Lemoyne Street. This is Echo Park, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,598 square feet of living space. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a lease. 5,900.
Oh no,
Am I in the?
it's for
am I in the
sale
right
as
spot?
well.
Oh, okay. I just went to the wrong spot. Oh, hold on. Let me go find it. Hold on.
Oh.
Da.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I'm looking at, did I say 64? It's supposed to be 1846.
Oh,
That's the problem. Yeah.
1846. Hold on. 1846. And there it is. Okay. Come on, little buddy. All right. Well, as it's thinking, 1846 Lemoyne Street. This is, there it is. Silver Lake, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,934 square feet. Wow. 2,495,000. And it's a 5,300 square foot lot. Do not get this, man. It's only the site that I have this issue.
On the MLS.
Everything else is. Yeah, I don't get it. Hold on.
So this is, I'll talk about it a little bit before you get it up. You know, it's basically a new build. I don't understand why they have some conceptual drawings at the end as far as where to put a pool in, but you know, it's almost 3,000 square feet in a good neighborhood of Echo Park. Definitely not Silver Lake if they've described it in that way. And you know, we're starting to see more of these. There's a couple of them going up on Lemoyne, on Lakeshore. Where they're really pushing these prices, you know, to the mid twos and even up to 3 million. So curious to see where this one will end up.
Oh, wow. I faintly remember this one. Yeah, 1 day on the market only. This is brought to us by Dan Heston out of Beverly Hills, it looks like. And on the, also Marina Plipchuk. So yeah, good luck. We'll see where this price goes. Wow. Lemoyne is a great street, so
it is.
They're right in that respect.
Yeah, it tends to have large lots, which is nice.
Yeah. Okay. What else do you see out there?
I think I only picked out one more. I went from that all the way to the other end. 2243 Johnstone Street. We're going over to Lincoln Heights here.
That's John Stone?
Yes.
Okay. 2243 John Stone. Is it John?
Yes.
All right.
Ston, no E. Johnston.
There we go. Is this our value pick, I'm guessing?
Absolutely.
All right, good. Okay, 2243 Johnston Street, 90031. That is Lincoln Heights, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 911 square feet of living space. Great price at $649,000. Yeah, smaller lot, 2,255. Open houses, I guess today, 1 to 6, and then on Saturday, 1 to 4. Only 4 days on the market so far, and this is brought to us by Woney Kim. And and Eddie Jung. There.
Yeah. Well, buyer beware here. They list and relist, and they are remodelers if it's the same client, because I've only seen her representing a remodeling client.
Let me see.
And the list price isn't always the price they're willing to sell it at.
Right.
So
Yeah, this is Ewok Capital out of Norwalk.
yeah, I think it's the same company. Yeah.
Is it?
So, they tend to go to market first at a price they are willing to accept. I think they certainly play it out to see if they can get multiple offers. And if it doesn't move through on the first round, they then have a tendency to slash the price with no real intention of taking that next price.
Right.
Is how it's played out. So time will tell.
All right.
There it is.
We'll see this. We'll see this soon enough. Right.
Yep.
All right. Well, great, man. I know you have a 3:00 coming up. So let me just stop what's going on here. Let's see. So strange. All right. Hold on, guys. Well, let me get rid of that. Anything else to say? Any words of wisdom? Any parting shots? What do you got, man?
Take some time off this weekend. Have a happy Memorial Day. That's
good enough for me. Right.
Sure.
It's a 4-day. My wife's off today.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. But keep in mind, we are in Ontario Sunday 1 to 5. So while you're having fun, come on by. We'll continue that fun, right?
Sure.
All right, guys. Well, take care. Have a good one and have a safe holiday. Bye now.
Bye.